It's time for your Nordcast weather and snowplow news video, and we're going to be on the warmer side of things across the middle and eastern portion of the country over the next week with a little bit of cool air getting into Pacific Northwest areas as we cruise on through the Thanksgiving holiday. Then we will see a bigger batch of colder air. So far, the month of November has featured pretty mild air across the middle portion of the country with well above average temperatures into the Rockies, and then relatively a little cool, but not well below average across a decent portion of the east, some spots closer to average or so. One of the different patterns that we look at is the MJO, or the Mann-Julian oscillation. And it's this wheel here. The farther away from the wheel is the bigger signal. And each one of these different little boxes has a correlation to different weather across portions of the United States. When you get into this phase 7 and out away from the little wheel circle a little bit, you start to see more pronounced cold air across the middle and eastern portion of the country. And by the time we get into that, that will likely signal a change into sometime early December. So let's show you that. Mild air for right now, and it doesn't really ebb and flow a ton over the next few days. We get a couple of cooler chances here and there, and then it milds itself back up. There's going to be some bigger cold that does come down into the middle portion of the nation, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, Northeast for a brief amount of time Thanksgiving weekend, and then it backs off. But it does start to get more consistently cold across the middle portion of the country. Now we're going to see chances here of warmer air to start to recede a little bit. As we pick things back up as we go throughout the rest of this week, we have this bigger range system pushing in warm air, mild conditions. Any kind of snow is going to be well north of the Great Lakes. And then this system will continue to kind of spread out a little bit, and we'll bring some showers on through as we go into portions of Kentucky, in towards the nation's capital, New York, Friday into Saturday. And that low continues to move off towards the east. High pressure then pushes into the Great Lakes on the backside of that system. So continuing with the future cast through your Saturday into Sunday, another developing system back behind it. We will see likely some Rocky Mountain snow into portions of New Mexico and Colorado. And then this guy here will move off towards the northeast. This could be a big developing system, maybe strong to severe thunderstorms on the southern flank. Colder air will be slower to come in, so we're not expecting a swath of snow with this. Showers as we go throughout next Tuesday and Wednesday, and then maybe some heavier rain into portions of the southeast. And then that pushes off towards the northeast, in towards portions of New England, maybe a little bit of Maine into Quebec snow. We'll keep an eye on it the middle of next week. But for the most part, there is not much snow coming over the next 7 days or so. A little bit into the Sierra Nevadas, Cascades, a little bit into the Rockies. Otherwise, United States is snow-free, and you don't have much of a snowpack coming into Canada. We'll show you what could change maybe after that in a little bit. But wetter weather does kind of become more common across the middle portion of the country and portions of the deep south and a little bit into the southeast. These are the chances of 3 inches plus snow as we go through December 4th. So after the portion of middle of next week, we'll start to have better cold chances. We'll start to have more systems that will produce snow. Looks like a slam dunk across a pretty good portion of Canada, and pretty decent chances in those snowbelt areas as well. And then we'll be able to push more snow into portions of the northern plains, into the Rockies. So after that happens, with better chances of cold air coming in, there's going to be more of that refrigerator effect, as we'll have more of a snowpack, and then more potent cold will probably follow by the time we get towards the middle of December.